As the sun goes behind clouds and the team's ready to go, United, in their black and amber kit, will be defending the south stand in the first half from left to right towards the Newmarket Road end, up the hill. Jack Stevens in goal, Liam Bennett at right back, Danny Andrew on the left, Ryan Bennett, Michael Morrison in the centre, Jordan Cousins behind Solly Kai, Paul Digby, Adam May, J.K. Gordon, Fajiri Okunabiri leading the line. Bracknell, 94 places below United in the pyramid. We've said it before, we'll probably say it again, in red shirts with white stripes down the front, white shorts and socks. Michael Eacock in goal, back four of Liam Tuck at right back, Elliot Legg on the left, Max Herbert and J.K. Owusu in the centre. Three in midfield, Thomas Jackson, Ashley Lodge, Darryl Harrison with Joe Grant, Cameron English either side of top scorer Jordan Esprit, with the referee clad in black, Richard Watkins. And it was Bracknell who won the toss, so United will kick off from left to right. Sun behind cloud, rain is imminent, and United looking to avoid a huge banana skin. This referee checks his watch, reminds me I ought to start my stopwatch, and I do. And we haven't started yet because there's a Bracknell player in the other half of the field, so we'll try again. As Danny Andrew jogs back, he'd made a big sprint down the left-hand side, and we're underway for the second time of asking at the Abbey, and ball back with Stevens. On clearance, a couple of players go to go, nodded on towards May, just outside the area, just beaten away. Be picked up and flicked forward initially by English, who looks to return pass down this left-hand side for Bracknell, looking the ball over the top, looking for an offside spirit, and the ball through to Jack Stevens. Doug Shulman alongside me, tempo the key.
Yes, absolutely key. It's up to United, well, to try and dominate if they can, but obviously key, top end of the pitch, something they haven't done regularly enough over the last 2 weeks or so in terms of chances being converted. Today is a day that they must get that right.
As the ball back in United half with Michael Morrison, sends it long down the left-hand side, looking for the run of Gordon. It's just beaten away, flicks off his head. Keeper comes out and sees it out for the goal kick. Michael Eacock back, having missed about a month with his wedding and honeymoon. So he's back in the side for Bracknell. One of 5 changes to the side that last played 11 days ago. They've had a couple of games postponed since then, both against Poole Town in the FA Trophy. There's the long clearance then from Eacock, clad in pale green, looking for the head on. Morrison wins it, finds Kai, who runs into traffic. Ball picked up initially by Lodge down this near side, got a bit of help, but he was getting back, and Bennett with the ball over the top. There's a chase for Okunabiri down the right-hand side, looking for a bit of help. Looked and drifted it back to Kai, edge of the area, onto his left foot, couldn't take it past the last defender. Goes down optimistically. Bracknell will clear, and they'll look to counter-attack, spreading it wide towards the right-hand side, where it's brought down by Grant. He'll look for a bit of help. Support behind him with Tuck, and then the ball goes back into Cheltenham territory. But they've given it away to May, 5 yards outside the area. May goes from goal for a long way out and goes a long way wide. Dreadful bit of distribution from Bracknell, and not anything worth writing home about with the finish.
Yeah, you always expect better, certainly from someone like Adam May, who, when you get the ball in that kind of situation, you think, well, he's at least going to get it on target and at least work the keeper. But this is what we were talking about a little bit earlier. United will get spells, long spells of possession, and space will open up for them, but they've got to be clinical, a lot more clinical than Adam May was on that occasion.
As here come Bracknell, where they've run into traffic, but they've done well. Grant got his way through a couple of challenges, but in there are enough United men back in black and amber. Morrison limps a little bit at the moment, but Danny Andrew all down that right-hand side, and ball comes off a Bracknell player for a throw to United. Quickly taken. They're trying to set that tempo, so they look for the crossfield pass towards the right-hand side, nodded away by the Bracknell defence. Picked up by Digby for United. Wide it'll go. Kai back towards Bennett. Pass sold him short. English will pick it up. He's run into an emphatic challenge from Ryan Bennett. The Yahoo clearance. And it'll come forward again from Bracknell, from their defence. Digby can't get there. Jordan Cousins pushes his man to the ground. Free kick to the visitors. 0-0, early stages.
Yeah, little bit of a scrappy opening, certainly from a United perspective. They are I'm making most of the running at the moment, but a needless foul in the middle of the park there, and what they mustn't allow Bracknell to do here is to get any kind of foothold in the game. The longer it goes on, the more confident they will get, as we saw from the Horsham-Barnsley tie last night, Jono.
Yeah, you're going to rekindle the spirit of games past, aren't you, in a minute, if you're not careful. Let's not talk about that. As Hughes winning a throw midway inside their own half. We've had the spirit of Guiseley, which was horrible 5 or 6 years ago, and then we had Kirsten Ashton last season, which wasn't great either. 2-0-0s. Hughes squeezing through on pens. They're in possession now with Cousins midway inside his own half. Go wide to the left-hand side, down the line towards Gordon, who's caught in possession, goes to ground, no free kick, correctly not given, and Andrew with the ball over the top, looking to float it, nodded away by the defence, and in the end it goes back initially via Harrison. Hughes picking it up again, trying to get it forward, but it's picked out this near side. English beaten to the board. Digby caught very late. Hughes get the free kick. First yellow card of the match goes to Elliot Legg, who got there very late, and Paul Digby felt that one. So Legg in the book, 3 minutes in.
It was late, wasn't it, and a little bit nasty. Slowly getting to his feet. Paul Digby just looking to nick the ball out to that right-hand side. Sully Kaikai was out, waiting to receive the ball. I did wonder which way that Sully Kaikai, John Kimani, Gordon would play in terms of left and right. Certainly looks like Kaikai on the right at the moment.
Free kick which Danny Andrew will take, just over the halfway line on the right-hand side. Left-footed, in swinging, into the area it goes, deep towards that far side, nodded away by the Bracknell defence. Hughes looked to win it back and do so, and it's Liam Bennett goes all the way back to his keeper, and Stevens will go across towards Danny Andrew on the right-hand side, and he'll send it long, looking for Digby. Digby with a flick on. Okanabiri on a wrestling match just outside the area, holds it up well, shields the ball, looking to turn, and has done so, but turns the wrong way. Harrison has the ball off him and clears his line well. Did well there. And English with the ball down the line, cut out by Ryan Bennett for the Utes. Digby picks it up over the halfway line, looking to roll through a couple of challenges, through one but not through the second. It's picked up by the Brackley midfield. They'll look to get down this near side. One back by Liam Bennett, did ever so well in a bit of a crowd scene. Now he's got nowhere to go with it and turns and puts it out for a throw to the visitors. It's a bit of a harum-scarum start as the wind picks up and the rain lashes in. United's backs by and large in this first half. Bennett gets the ball back on the right hand side, on halfway, closed down. He has forced it on to Digby, who turns into a posse of defenders, and one of them has come away with the ball down this left hand side, looking the ball in towards the Spirit, who's seen off by Morrison. Here comes Jordan Cousins for the U's. It's 0-0, early stages, 7 minutes in here on BBC Radio Cambridgeshire. United to get the ball forward towards May, who'll turn. Scampering run down the left-hand side from Andrew. On to Gordon, who plays a 1-2 off Joe Grant to win the throw over on the left-hand side. United just looking to establish that tempo as they get the ball forward again to Okanabiri, who's come short for the ball. Chips it over the top, looking for the run of Kaikai down this near side. Runs into a defender who clears well, doesn't find touch, which is what he was trying not to do actually, but United back on the ball very quickly, and Ryan Bennett picks it up again in torrential rain. Real cup-tie weather, lashes down as Morrison sends the ball through. It took a deflection and that allowed Brackley to complete the clearance, but the ball catches on the breeze. Jordan Cousins bundled over, free kick to the U's.
Absolutely biblical rain. Certainly it's one of those classic FA Cup ties, isn't it? Hopefully United on the right end of the result, though.
Kaikai picks the ball up on towards Okanabiri, edge of the area, runs into a challenge and looked to play a 1-2 off with Okanabiri. Got the ball back to Kaikai, who ran into a challenge and fouled his man. People putting raincoats on at the back of this stand, and I don't blame them. It's battering in. It's 0-0, 9 minutes in. A little untidy from Kaikai in the end.
Yeah, really untidy. They tried to play the little 1-2, but received the ball back, almost looked like he didn't want it and almost stumbled over the ball, and the chance was gone. And that's the chance creation and conversion we were talking about earlier, John, isn't it?
As Bracknell in possession down their right-hand side with Grant looking for a Spirit who tries to turn it into trouble and does turn into trouble. Hughes come away with the ball though. Danny Andrew runs through a challenge and it's forced wide towards J.K. Gordon deep in his own half. He's ridden a couple of challenges, then he's body checked, and United get the free kick just shy of halfway. It's 0-0. A positive running from J.K. Gordon. Didn't have particularly anywhere to go with it at the time though.
No, probably blocks off. I think it was Max Herbert on the Bracknell right, but yeah, did well actually to skip past the one challenge, but certainly not the second.
Hughes 0, Bracknell 0 on BBC Radio Cambridgeshire. Rain's abated, wind hasn't. There's United in possession with Morrison. Cross towards this right-hand side. Ryan Bennett will pick it up. And he'll tiptoe his way forward in towards Okunabiri. Gets it back. And now it's spread wide again towards the right-hand side. Ryan Bennett again taking a touch. Digby behind him. Has to go back. To expect Bracknell working hard. Jordan Cousins, the deepest man, turns nicely and threads it forward. Okunabiri threads it on. Liam Bennett was set off in hot pursuit. Won't get there. Ball back to the keeper, who steers it away elegantly towards the halfway line where Ryan Bennett wins the header and finds touch. Throw to Bracknell. It's 0-0.
He picked up a really good position way forward, did Paul Digby. In fact, the furthest man forward in United colours. Liam Bennett there in a little bit of support as well, but it changed to the 4-1-4-1. Certainly Paul Digby, a man that seems to be enjoying that new role. He gets to play a few yards further forward and try and get on the end of things, and does like a goal as well, Paul Digby, on occasion.
It is 0-0 and Bracknell have a throw level with the edge of the area, left-hand side. Be launched in by Elliot Legg. It goes to show short, actually, and his Spirit looks to run. He's done well, and he whips the ball across the face of goal where it's stabbed away by Danny Andrew. Goes a long way out, and a good challenge. There's tough look for the challenge, and here come United on the counter with J.K. Gordon down the left-hand side. He's got Okunabiri in the middle. Gordon continues his run into the box, and then couldn't decide, I don't think, whether to cross or shoot, and in the end it's blocked away for a corner.
Yeah, perhaps could have done with releasing the ball just a touch earlier. Jerry Okunabiri had a great run into the box. Paul Digby just a yard or so behind him as well, so there were men there.
Hughes with the corner, left-footed, out swinging. Danny Andrew to take, plenty forward for United, all back for Bracknell. It's United from left to right, in front of the Newmarket Road end. Deep cross, far post, keeper gets two good hands on the ball and claws it away, but it'll be picked up by Kai on this right-hand side. Let's get to the byline. Blocked off for another corner to the Hughes. Starting to wind up a little bit of pressure, 12 minutes in, goalless. Of course, with set plays, Bracknell will be able to get everyone back.
Yeah, absolutely everyone behind the ball, not taking any chances. Everyone behind defending this one, and United just for a moment couldn't quite work out who was going to take the corner, but it looks like Adam May.
May will take. Right-footed out swinging. Players looking to attack the ball. There's Okunabiri in front of the keeper. Everyone else making their runs from deep, and it goes deep, looking for the flick, and it's cleared away at the near post. English puts it back into the danger area, looking to turn towards, it's forced wide to Kai. Kai looks to get it to the byline. Cross cut out. They'll get the second attempt as he can get it back to Adam May. The pass was terrible, and May slides down English and should go in the book for that. That was a terrible pass from Kai, and Adam May goes in the book 13 minutes in.
Well, a dreadful pass, actually, wasn't it, from Sule Kai? I'm not sure Adam May wanted it in the first place, let alone the pass being short. And he just calling the United man back as well. This will be a booking, I think.
Definitely will be. The card was shown a while ago. And notes taken. Card in pocket. Adam May in the book, no doubt about that. And Cameron English, who scored the goal against Dagenham in the 93rd minute to send Bracknell to this to the Abbey Stadium. He's receiving treatment, and we want to be standing up soon because it's pouring on his head.
Yeah, the rain's still lashing down, so it's incredible, really, to get to this stage. Bracknell have had to play 4 matches. One of those went to a replay as well, I think. So they beat Dagenham and Redford, as Jono said, in the last round. Beat Paul Town in the third qualifying round, I should say. Hatton and Waterlooville, and then Harrow Borough as well.
So English off the field, having received treatment, and Bracknell with a free kick from 10 yards outside their own area. English will wander back on with his turquoise boots as Ecott, the keeper, takes the long ball forward, nodded away by the United defence, helped on by Digby, picked up on this near side and flicked down the line towards Spirit, who falls over, gets to his feet. Look at ball round the corner, which is overhit. It was Herbert with the idea, not the execution, and it runs away and out for the goal kick, which United have taken quickly. It is 0-0 on BBC Radio Cambridgeshire, 14 minutes gone. Hughes 0, Bracknell 0 as the rain starts again in earnest. And Morrison with a long ball down towards Danny Andrew in the corner. Deep cross hooked into the area, nodded awkwardly away as Digby arrived. Came off a Bracknell man, and the clearance is poor, and it's picked up by May. Corner of the box, wide towards Kai. Back to Adam May, 10 yards outside the area. Going backwards at the moment, though. Back to Jordan Cousins. And look to get it wide again. Hughes being closed down. Ball round the corner. Digby with the head on, but that was awkward. Traced down well by Bennett, and he's ridden for one challenge. He was scythed down by the second one. And there'll be another yellow card. And that will be, I think it was Harrison who came across. Definitely was Harrison who came across and took him out. We've had 14 minutes. We've had no bookings. We've had no goals. We've had lots of bookings and plenty of rain. Harrison becomes the second in the book for Bracknell. It was... that was so late. Liam Bennett did really well to elude it.
It was really clumsy, wasn't it? Second in the book for Bracknell. Harrison showing that yellow card, and quite rightly as well, Jono.
Will be a corner, a free kick rather, close to the corner, almost a short corner, left-footed in swinging. Andrew to take, plenty forward for United, all back in their area for Bracknell. In comes the free kick, nodded, got a flick at the near post. Digby will try and keep it in. Face of the corner, goes back towards Gordon. Gordon whips the cross in, that's whipped away just, and Bracknell will complete the clearance, but only as far as Adam May. Liam Bennett will pick it up on the halfway line, left-hand side, looks for a runner forward, didn't get the elevation on his pass, that was picked off. Jordan Cousins comes across, can't win it back, and then fouls his man. Referee plays advantage as he is. Bracknell in possession, looking to switch it towards their left-hand side, where it's forced on towards English. He's got away from one challenge, not from Jordan Cousins though. United back on the ball. Cousins taking a touch down the line towards Digby, tight on this right touch line. Digby has to go back, and he goes all the way back to his keeper. Well closed down, and Stevens has to be calm here, and is. United back in possession again with Bennett. Bennett looks for runners and then decides to carry the ball himself. Just got away from a bit of a lunge as he goes across towards the left-hand side. Wider still is Gordon on halfway. May makes a run. Offer is shooed. May is Gordon arcs his run in field, runs into a couple of challenges, loses the ball. Digby picks it up. Find Cousins. Cousins goes wide. Kai controls instantly. Looks to drift in field, away from a couple of markers. Goes for the shot, that's blocked. It might come back to him, but it doesn't quite. And Bracknell back in possession, but not for long, as it's one back on the edge of the area by Digby and Bennett. Hughes keeping possession, keeping calm possession at the moment. It's all United, as you might expect at the moment, Doug.
Yeah, we suspected that they would get a great deal of possession, but not creating enough at the moment.
As Cousins and Digby find the ball's taken off them by Cameron English, and then the ball's given away by Grant for Bracknell, and United coming forward on the left-hand side. Gordon made the run. Andrew asked too much of him. But United have won themselves a cheap throw. Just a little clumsy in possession at times at the moment, United.
Yeah, not got full control of the game, so plenty of possession, but giving the ball away too cheaply at times.
Sockanaberry looks to turn, edge of the area, looks to get to the byline, defender goes with him, and it's forced away for a corner. Powerful, decisive run from Fajiri. Okanaberry, defender there to turn it away for a corner to the U's, which Adam May will come across to take, right-footed in swinging this time. And the big men are up from the back. United have just left Liam Bennett back, everyone else forward, everyone back for Bracknell. There's May to take the corner, right-footed in swinging. There's a gaggle of players in the 6-yard box. As May will deliver it in now. Deep towards that far post. Digby climbs well, defender with him. Keeper comes and spills it under a bit of pressure, falls loose, and the shot was blocked. As United will try and win it back. Kai can't do so. Wrestling with he and English, and in the end it's cleared by leg, but only as far as Bennett for the U's. And he'll go wide towards that left-hand side, picked up by May. May back into the box again. Okanabere controls nicely, can't turn though. Half cleared, but the flag's up against Okanabere when the chance comes to naught. 19 minutes gone, 0-0, United knocking at the door.
Yeah, recycled really quickly. Good work actually from Sule Kaikai after the ball had been played out of the box by Bracknell, and he did really well to get in front of his man. Sort of tugging and tussling there between Sule Kaikai and the Bracknell man. The ball played from right to left, and it was put back into the box really quickly by, I think it was Michael Morrison, and Fizeri Okanabere just offside, but it was a good first touch for him. A bit unfortunate, really.
It is still 0-0, 20 minutes gone. Cambridge United 0, Bracknell Town 0 on BBC Radio Cambridgeshire. Long ball forward where Bennett wins the header. May forces it on, big up and under. There's some chasing back due. Harrison's under a bit of duress. He's done well to turn and clear his lines. Cousins puts the pressure on, but Bracknell will clear. Long ball over the top. Calm defending though by Ryan Bennett. Little nod infield. Morrison will pick it up and drive forward and continue his run. He looked for a runner on the left-hand side, but Gordon had cut infield, so he has to lay it off, and he gets the ball back from Danny Andrew. Gordon's in the centre circle and gets the ball back towards Ryan Bennett. Wide to Liam Bennett on the right-hand side. Pass infield. Kaikai round the corner looking for Digby. Seen off by leg. Ryan Bennett wins the header. And Bracknell pick up the pieces once more. And they'll drive forward. The ball worked its way across towards tucked down that far side where Lodge has been lent on by Danny Andrew, and a free kick to Brackley, 10 yards outside the area on that right-hand side.
Yeah, clumsy, wasn't it, to bring Joe Grant down on that right-hand side, and this is where Bracknell could have some success against this United side from the set pieces. They'll load the box, put the ball in, and cross the fingers to an extent, but there's plenty up there, the big men up from the back as well, Jono.
0-0, midway point of the first half, a minute or so away. Free kick to Bracknell will be swung in from that right-hand side. Left-footed in swinging. Hughes have constructed a one-man wall, or positioned a one-man wall, in form of J.K. Gordon. In front of noisy knot of travelling supporters in the south stand. He'll be whipped in, looking for whip and curled and nodded away by Danny Andrew. He'll come back towards the near side where the pass is picked off. United might counter-attack here with Bennett. Holds off a challenge, finds Digby, and Hughes can break. It's 4 against 2 for a minute. Digby has got support through his left-hand side. Looks for the ball wide. May looks to feed it in. Okanabere looks to twist and turn. Battle will come to Digby, 10 yards outside the area. Thinks about the shot, has the shot, takes a deflection, and into the hands of the keeper for the first save of the match at the midway point of the second half, of the first half on BBC Radio Cambridgeshire, with me, Mark Johnson, Doug Shulman alongside. Cambridge United 0, Bracknell Town 0. Just chance for counter. United couldn't make the numbers count.
Credit to Bracknell, they got back really quickly in numbers, but United just looked like they weren't entirely sure what to do in terms of positionally, what to do with the ball, in terms of the pass, where to make the runs, and the ball came to Paul Digby again, and he was a part of that real lightning build-up, but he had the ball 25 yards out as a pop goal. I think that's United's first shot on target so far this afternoon, 23 minutes in. Yeah, it was a comfortable save, really, for the keeper, wasn't it, Jono? And United, I've said it again, they need to do better.
It's a perfunctory save, wasn't it, as United in possession with Sule Kaikai. That's the ball back to Cousins, sitting amongst the back four just for a minute. Works it on. Morrison on halfway. 0-0. Wide it'll go towards that left-hand side. Adam May's there. He'll deliver the ball in towards the edge of the area. Can't find Digby. Half cleared, completely cleared by the Bracknell defence. They'll look to They'll look to counter-attack. English is held off by Bennett, who wins the free kick and takes it quickly. United pingling about really on the halfway line just at the moment. As the rain continues to belt down, United drive forward with Morrison. Looks to slide it forward to where no one was. No one made that run. And Ecott able to launch it away, the Brackley keeper. It's 0-0. Bracknell defending comfortably at the moment, Doug Shulman.
Yeah, get back in numbers, aren't they? And look solid at the back. At the moment, it's up to United to pick that lock. As we said earlier, the longer this game goes on, the more confidence that will run through this Bracknell side as well.
So Mark Bonner, Hughes head coach, may be needing to give a pre-bonfire night half-time rocket to his team. As United looking to go forward again. Ryan Bennett on to Kai, ball round the corner. He was caught as he did so. Play continues, picked up by Liam Bennett. Gordon makes the run towards the right-hand side. Bennett goes the long way round and wins the corner as Elliot Legg just put out one of his eponymous limbs to put the ball out for that corner. Purpose from Bennett. As across comes Danny Andrew to take the corner. Left footing in swinging. 25 minutes of the first half gone. Stop being able to tell the time now, Doug. That's a bit of a worry.
Yeah, Liam Bennett, he's seen a lot of the ball down this right-hand side. A big part of United's attack so far this afternoon.
Corner, Andrew takes in towards that near post, and arriving was Ryan Bennett, who couldn't quite force it goalwards, and it's cleared well upfield, retrieved by Liam Bennett, and look to turn and go back to Track Stevens, who's had a very quiet afternoon so far, as you would expect, News fans would hope. Ball picked up by Adam May. Looking to drive forward again. Bennett and Morrison combining passes inside their own half. Morrison looking to slide it forward. Nice touch out wide from May, but Gordon was on his heels when the pass was made, and the ball tamely out for a throw to Bracknell.
And that link-up play not quite there yet. He's made a couple of purposeful runs down that left-hand side, but big opportunity for John Kimani Gordon this afternoon. He's not always been a regular since arriving alone from Crystal Palace, has he?
Hughes winning the ball back, but it's cleared easily by the Bracknell defence towards the halfway line. Morrison gets it away, but it'll be picked up in midfield and spread wide towards English. He'll get the ball back towards this left-hand side. Picked up once more by Jackson. Jackson tries to ferry it on. Hughes smother it out and look to counter-attack. The ball was just behind J.K. Gordon, who then had to check, and instead of going forward, goes all the way back to his keeper. And that's summed up United in this first 27 minutes.
Yeah, it was a poor touch, actually, wasn't it, from John Kimani Gordon? The attack very quickly broke down.
Morrison comes away with the ball, goes wide to Andrew on the left-hand side. It's a bit ponderous for United. Now it's on to Okunabiri. Looks for a return pass from May. Okunabiri puts the youth in front. A neat 1-2 on the edge of the area. It was a ponderous build-up. Okunabiri worked the 1-2 with Adam May, and then lofted it over the advancing keeper. The first real incisive move of the match, and it's given the U's the lead. Okunabiri's 8th of the season is Cambridge United 1, is Bracknell Town 0.
Yeah, the lovely pass and move football on the edge of the box. Silly Kai involved as well there, and he steadied himself, picked his spot, and he hit it with a good dose of power as well, didn't he, for Yuri Okunabiri? 8 goals, as you say, Jono, this season, and that's the goal that United wanted. That will settle the nerves on the pitch and off the pitch. And as we said, the longer the game goes on, the more Bracknell would have grown in confidence and will grow in confidence. But United getting what is a crucial breakthrough, really. And we said at the beginning of this game that they needed to go strong. They've gone strong. They need to have strong minds as well to take the lead. And it's a good move for them.
Lovely finish over the advancing keeper as well, but it was so pedestrian in the build-up to that, the move, and then suddenly they went into top gear, and really calm finish.
Yeah, super finish, wasn't it? And they hit it with a good deal of power, and importantly the accuracy as well, which hasn't always been there for United this season. But to have 8 goals for Fajiri Okunabiri, when you consider he's not always a regular starter as well, Jono.
Soleil Kake was just adjusting a shoelace and now it's back on the field. Play restarts. It is Hughes 1, Bracknell 0 on BBC Radio Cambridgeshire. The ball wide to the Bracknell left-back leg, forced deep in his own half, surrounded by Hughes players. Smuggles the ball back to his keeper, who plays it out well, did well there. And Bracknell will come away with it. Harrison getting it down the line, looking for the run of Esprit, who pushes his man over, and Hughes get the free kick. There was a bit of contact, just enough to send Liam Bennett sprawling, and it is 1-0 to Hughes.
The important point as well, it's the first half goal United have scored since the 12th of August as well, in the win up at Fleetwood.
So the first half goal scored by a striker this season.
Yeah, it's not a bad stat, is it? But they'll get that monkey off the back, of course, as well. And it was a lovely finish for Jiri Okunabiri, and that will boost his confidence. That will boost United's confidence as well.
United in possession then with Ryan Bennett back in his own half. Just need to snuff out any possible fight back from Bracknell, as Hughes in possession with Morrison driving forward down the left-hand side. Adam May worked that neat 1-2 to set up the goal. Looks for the return pass. Comes back from Cousins. Cousins finds Digby midway inside Bracknell territory. Spins away to his left-hand side. Then the ball hits the referee. Play should restart with a drop ball, but doesn't. And United do get the ball back. And it goes towards the left-hand side, where May, who's almost playing at left-back at the minute, allowing the two full-backs to play as wing-backs. As May goes back to Stevens, who finds Ryan Bennett, who crosses halfway. Liam Bennett, a scampering run, one of the furthest forward at the minute. So looking for a lofted ball from Ryan Bennett. Can't find Liam of that ilk. Hughes will settle for the throw midway inside their own half. Sun trying to break through. A watery sky. United leading by a goal to nil with just over half an hour gone. There's Bennett with a throw. Goes back infield. Morrison quickly back to him, and it's a bit tight there for United, but they've got the wherewithal as Sun breaks through to build again from the back.
And important for United to get that opening goal. The trick now, of course, is to get the second. They can get that before half-time, gives them a real comfort zone.
Okunabiri fouled as he tried to turn just outside the centre circle. Should be a lovely rainbow somewhere. As the rain batters down, the sun shines, and United drive forward with Morrison wide towards the left-hand side. Andrew with the cross, cut out, comes back to Andrew, looks to go the long way round and can't do so. The ball runs out for the goal kick. It is Hughes 1, Bracknell 0. Having found the lead, Doug Shulman, United need to build on it rather than give the visitors a sniff.
Yeah, he's all about building on it, as we said a second or two ago, and if they can get themselves that second goal, it will give them that little bit of a cushion and set them on the way to the second round, and of course £41,000 prize money this afternoon on offer.
That's very kind of you. As Bracknell clearing their lines, chested down by English. Hughes with Cousins holds him off on the halfway line, looking to turn, can't do so, can go back to the two centre halves. Bennett and Morrison combine. It's swept wide to Danny Andrew, left-hand side, using amber and black. Ball down the line, looking for Adam May, who's made a great run down that left-hand side. Defender comes across, just sees him off. Needed a second as well in the end. And finally, Bracknell will clear their lines, and May just tagged his man, I think. There will be a free kick to Bracknell deep in their own half, but Hughes lead, all-important goal coming from Fajiri Okunabiri in the 29th minute.
Yeah, poor from Adam May. He picks up the ball down that left hand with a couple of men around him as well, but he never looked entirely comfortable with it.
All over the top, looking for the runner down that far side, and he won't quite keep it in. It was a nice, clever pass from Jackson, looking for the run of Joe Grant, but I don't think the pitch did him any favours on that occasion, because the ball just picked up a bit of zip from a sodden surface, and goal kick to the Hughes, which they take quickly. Go back towards Jack Stevens, who will get things going again for the Hughes. Tacking up the hill towards the Newmarket Road end from left to right in this first half with a pouring rain at their backs. Morrison finding Bennett still inside his own half. Again, United pedestrian build-up, then looking to accelerate once they get close to the visitors' goal, perhaps. but not on that occasion as J.K. Gordon overran the ball, but he'll get it back just outside the centre circle, left-hand side, gets the ball back towards Danny Andrew. Gordon was caught very late as he got the ball away. United have the free kick, decent bit of refereeing.
He's had a decent afternoon so far, hasn't he? The referee, fairly simple one for him to control to date. A couple of bookings for Bracknell, a couple of players. The visitors don't need to be careful for the remainder of the afternoon.
Used with a free kick, which is a take across the halfway line. It goes to Ryan Bennett, and wide to Liam Bennett, who's got away from his man easily, delivers the cross, blocked off, another corner to the U's. Well, Liam Bennett's got the beating of Elliott leg all afternoon.
Yeah, super bit of play, lovely first touch, just took the defender completely out of the game and had space down that right-hand side, but did well Bracknell to get back in numbers and stop that cross from coming in.
Shower curtain of rain continues to fall as United with the corner, left-footed in swinging. Danny Andrew to take. Everyone back for the visitors. As Hughes make their runs now, and it goes deep, looking for the flick on, and nearly found its way through to Ryan Bennett. It flicked off via his head, via a defender, and out for another corner. Jordan Cousins was there sniffing interestedly as well. Lovely delivery from Danny Andrew. He'll take another corner, left-footed in, swinging again. Gordon making a run in front of the keeper. It goes deep towards that far post. Might find his way to May, back into the danger area. Takes a flat, and what a save that was! Took a deflection as it went goalward, and the keeper made a really good save. Still it's not clear. Ockenberry tries to turn, it's forced away for a throw to United. There's a couple of quick deflections and a super save from Ecott to keep it at 1-0. As United back in possession with May. He'll stroke it out wide, his pass is under hit and well read. And Bracknell will come away with the ball on the left-hand side, looking to thread it forward. Have done so. Cousins gets a foot in, but it continuing to run his leg. He'll slip it wide to English on this near side, and the ball into the area, looking for someone to make the run, and they hadn't, and it's bowled out to Stevens to J.K. Gordon. United look to counter-attack. Ockenberry takes the defenders away, and he'll go wide towards him now on the left-hand side. Now he'll drift in field, looking for a bit of help towards Digby. Digby will look for a runner on the right-hand side. Inevitably, it's Liam Bennett. Takes on and beats English. Cross into the area. Deep cross nodded away. Picked up by Ockenberry. Couldn't bring it down. Comes to May in the area. Forced back towards Danny Andrew. He'll chip it up into the box where found the head of Jordan. Sully Kai got his head to it. Flicked it goalward. There was a collision between two players. Both go to ground. And it runs into the hands of the keeper. And it is still Cambridge United 1. Bracknell 0. That was J.K. Gordon with the effort in the end.
Yeah, didn't quite get the purchase on the header that he wanted. Good angle on it, but not quite the power. He's leaning back a little bit, and a little tangle between him and I think it was Darryl Harrison. Two men slow to get to their feet, but the chances starting to come and go now, aren't they, for United? They're looking for that killer second goal, of course.
That's a very good point. As free kick. Player restarts that with a drop ball, and Bracknell in possession, and they'll go all the way back to the keeper. Paul Digby will have a look as Ecott takes a touch and just about eludes Digby, but the ball via the roof of the Habin stand is out for the throw to the U's. You take your time clearing in front of pursuing midfielders from the U's at your peril.
It's quick to close down. Very, very advanced position that Paul Digby is playing this afternoon. Looks like he's enjoying it as well. Got the one shot away, but no goal for him so far this afternoon.
Mayford Kai in field towards Bennett, looking to work it on. Ockenberry ball back to Bennett, who stumbled into leg and fell over. No free kick, correctly not so. English and Leg get themselves in a bit of a tangle, and Digby runs through one challenge, can't take it past the second, but uses one at back corner of the box on this near side, and Bracknell hanging on for dear life at the moment, but they've managed to clear their lines towards English, who just about smuggles it away. It's nearly won back by May, but not. Jackson for Bracknell goes wide towards the right-hand side, towards Tuck. He'll look to work his way forward, can't do so. And Bracknell back in possession, midway inside their own half. With Herbert having to turn. He's done well to work it on. towards Lodge, and it's go wide towards that far side. Ball in field. He's asked a bit of Grant, but he's held off one challenge and forced his way wide towards the right hand side. Back it'll come once more. Bracknell in possession, midway inside the U's half. Back it'll go towards Lodge, looking to turn. Looks the return pass, doesn't come yet. Now it might, as Herbert goes in a myriad of turns. And still Bracknell keeping possession, looking for the ball over the top into the area. Morrison on his knees nods it away, and Andrew with a nice touch in field. But United have over-elaborated, and Bracknell back in possession and leaning into his man. J.K. Gordon concedes a free kick. 6 yards from the corner flag, wide on that right-hand side.
Yeah, scruffy, wasn't it, from John Kimani Gordon? Just got tangled up with Max Herbert. He went to ground, and again a chance from a set piece for Bracknell. And once again, well, they left two at the back, Jono, but plenty in there, and something for United to think about defensively, certainly at the moment.
United bring everyone back, but I think United's pace has worried Bracknell, though they don't send too many forward. Now they will, as the free kick will be taken wide on that right-hand side. Right-footed, out-swinging, plenty forward for the visitors. One on the penalty spot, looking to make his run. 3, 4 in the middle, as it's whipped in deep and not back across a danger area. Still Hughes haven't got it away, and now they have Adam May with an emphatic clearance upfield. No one there for United. And Wusu will try and launch it back into the danger area, looking for the nod on. Half cleared and falls invitingly edge of the area, and the shot, snapshot well over from Ashley Lodge. Felled invitingly to him on the edge of the box. Thought about the volley, then he thought better of it and thought he better let the ball bounce, and in doing so got under the ball and lifted it over. But that was a chance for the visitors with 5 minutes to go. You still lead by a goal.
A big opportunity, wasn't it? In and around the edge of the box, fell for Lodge, no defender anywhere near him, and you've got to work the keeper from that kind of range, and they will get very few opportunities, you would imagine, as has been the case so far this afternoon. You've got to make the most of them.
United going forward down the left-hand side with Gordon on the corner of the area, looking to turn. He's up against 3, rolls it across. Digby into Okanabiri, shot, charged down initially, half clear towards Bennett, who tries to turn, been forced away, but kept possession well. Ryan Bennett goes across to Andrew on the left-hand side, rolling it in towards May, 10 yards, 15 yards outside the area, wide to Kai. First time ball down the line, looking for Liam Bennett, who had to turn and couldn't get there in time. And Bracknell should be able to clear their lines, and do. Decent clearance upfield, but into touch it goes for throw to United, who are just keeping that pressure wound up for a moment, Doug.
So the pressure that Liam Bennett on that right-hand side is putting on the back line is particularly impressive. And the ball was a quick ball out. Defenso looking for Jordan Esprit, top goal scorer this season with 10. An isolated figure at the moment, isn't he?
As Hughes back in possession with Michael Morrison inside his own half. Looks for a runner. Wants someone go down the left-hand side. There was no one making that run. Now they might, as Danny Andrew looks for J.K. Gordon and doesn't find him. Nodded away. Morrison wins his header back. May keeps possession for the Hughes. Back to Andrew and halfway. Drills it forward. That's picked off, but Digby will get it forward again. He can't find May. United have got it back again. There's a spree just putting his boot back on. Is United in possession, going forward with Digby, keeping possession inside the centre circle over the halfway line. Now Jordan Cousins opens up for him just a little bit, looks to thread into the path of Valkalaberi, puts it wide. The flag was up anyway. Lovely pass and run from Jordan Cousins. It's into the path of Solly Kai, who'd made the run, put it wide, but the flag was up. That was a chance, but would have been denied by the linesman's flag anyway.
Yeah, nice move from United. Just a shade offside, wasn't he, Silly Kai? But a lovely run initially from Jordan Cousins, wasn't it? And United, so much domination here that it does allow people like Jordan Cousins to get forward, not having to do so much work at the back at the moment.
Hughes lead by a goal to 0. 2.5 minutes to the break on BBC Radio Cambridgeshire as Nabiri's flick wide, doesn't find J.K. Gordon. Bracknell with the throw, and they'll go back to the keeper, who'll be closed down by Digby, but can get it away over the halfway line. Nodded on infield towards Esprit, who's worked towards that far side, and Lodge falls over the ball. United will have the throw. semi-satisfactory so far, Doug Shulman?
Yeah, very much so. Dominating as we thought they might. They are starting to create the chances now. No sign of that banana skin just yet, Jono.
The afternoon's a bit young as Morrison waits for the ball from Cousins and gets it. Morrison looks for the runners. Not too much movement in front of him, so he goes across to Ryan Bennett on the right-hand side. Bennett wants some movement as well. Players come short. Digby makes a run, goes short instead to Cousins, on towards towards Okinaberry, who forces it wide. Kai can't get there. And Bracknell will look to counter the ball wide, looking for the run of English. It was overhit in the end by Herbert. And Stevens out quickly to clear long and get it away. And Bracknell will look for that ball over the top again, and this time there's no one there in the red and white stripes. United back in possession comfortably.
And so many times down the years we've seen United fall foul of the FA Cup and going out to non-league sides. You mentioned Guiseley a little bit earlier, Stevenage in 1997-98, the season before Woking here at the Abbey, and remember Leatherhead in 1975?
I do. Kelly, the Leatherhead Lip, one of the scorers. As United in possession on their own halfway line over on that left-hand side, going back all the way back to the keeper. Final minute of normal time at the end of this first half. It's Hughes 1, Bracknell 0. Fajiri Okinaberry with the goal. It's Kai forced back into his own half, and Ryan Bennett goes all the way back to his keeper. United will want a bit more urgency, perhaps in the second half, a little more control as the board goes up, saying 2 minutes to be added, a minimum thereof. It's Hughes 1, Bracknell 0 as Digby turns and gets the ball back to Kai operating as right back at the moment. Infield to Morrison. Morrison wants a runner to his left. Worked infield to Gordon, who slipped as defender arrived. Got a push in the back for his troubles. Hughes will have the free kick. 15-20 yards over the halfway line. And Gordon, slow to his feet, just looking at his ankle. Won't need treatment, I don't think. As Danny Andrew comes across to take the free kick. It's 15 yards inside Bracknell territory. Left of centre. Hughes will get plenty forward. Visitors will bring everyone back. We've had nearly a minute or two advertised at the end of this first half. There will be Danny Andrew to take, left-footed. Delivers it in, deep towards that far side towards Morrison, picks it back into the danger area, scooped away awkwardly, half-cleared, May with the header off balance, and well wide, under a bit of pressure. But Morrison found an acre of space at the far post. He couldn't quite direct his header into anyone in black and amber colours.
It was a really good opportunity, wasn't it? And I couldn't quite work out, really, certainly from the angle we're at, whether he was trying to get a shot on goal with his head or trying to play it back across the area. It was all a bit limp in the end. And a follow-up from Adam May, who's not quite worked himself into this game, has he yet, so far? Big opportunity for him. Still, I guess, working his way back to full fitness, but expect a little bit more from him, perhaps, in this opening 45.
Hughes pick up the ball on the halfway line. Kake gets it back to Ryan Bennett. Under pressure, forces it on. May ball round the corner. Digby, ball doesn't stick. But, Bracknell thought about coming away with the ball. One back initially by Cousins, who did enough to disrupt things. And Bracknell back in possession on their far side. Digby looks to win it back, can't do so. Worked on to Esprit, who turns well. And to force it back in towards this left-hand side as plenty forward in red and white shirts. Little chip on, nodded on towards the Spirit on the edge of the area. Still it runs forward, and Lodge will try and get his way to the byline. Force wide to English. English with a cross. Deep, far post, that's too deep. But it might be picked up at the far post. Won't be, because there goes the half-time whistle. A half where United have huffed and puffed at times. Got the important goal through Fajiri Okinaberry on 28 minutes with the one moment of quality in the entire 45 minutes. Bracknell got plenty behind the ball, looked to break with a bit of pace, but haven't had the chance to do so. Had one opportunity, a shot from Lodge that was well off target. But that's that, as Hughes go in to the break. Leading, it's Cambridge United 1, Bracknell Town 0.
The sound of Cambridgeshire. BBC Radio Cambridgeshire Sport.
Cambridge United leading by a goal to nil. Peterborough United trailing by a 1-0. In some senses, both matches proper FA Cup ties, in that it hasn't been easy. It's been difficult for both Posh and the U's. Peterborough United it was a pretty significant early setback. Nicholas Bilakapic making an error, Salford taking the lead, and then pretty comfortable to defend solidly and look to frustrate the Posh. For the U's, it's a case of you're up against a side from the 8th tier. Of course they're going to sit in and look to frustrate you. So crucial that Fajiri Okunabire managed to find the back of the net. That incredible stat as well, the first time since August that the U's have scored in the first half of a game. Let's take a look then at FA Cup scores elsewhere. One result to bring you, lunchtime kick-off, Northampton against Barrow. Barrow with a 3-1 win at Sixfield, so a bit of a shock there. 3 o'clock games, AFC Wimbledon 2, Cheltenham 0, Alfreton 0, Worthing 0. Bolton are leading Solihull Moors by a 0-0. Ricardo Santos, former Posh man, scoring just before half-time. Bradford 0, Wickham 2. Bristol Rovers 4, Whitby 1. Chesham 0, Maidstone 1. Chester York, that one is 0-0. Barnet are 1-0 up at Curzon Ashton. Doncaster are leading Accrington by a 0-0 in an all-League 2 tie. Eastleigh 3, Boreham Wood 1. Exeter 0, Wigan 0. Gillingham are 1-0 up at Hereford. Leyton Orient 1, Carlisle 0. Former U's man Joe Piggott scoring from the penalty spot in that one. Lincoln 1, Morecambe 1. Marine 1, Harrogate 2. Newport 1, Oldham 0. Notts County 1, Crawley 1. Oxford are 1-0 up against Maidenhead. Port Vale 0, Burton 0. Port Vale lower down to 10 men. Ramsgate 1, Woking 1. Reading 1-0 against MK Dons. Scarborough 1, Forest Green 0. Shrewsbury 1, Colchester 1. Stevenage 1, Tranmere 1. Stockport leading Worksop by 2-1. Fylde are 1-0 up at Sutton. Swindon 0, Aldershot 4. So real surprise, that one. And a chap by the name of Laurent Talage scoring for Aldershot, briefly on loan with the U's and none too successfully. Yeovil 2, Gateshead 0. At 5:45 we've got Bromley against Blackpool, and at 7:45 Mansfield taking on Wrexham. In the Premier League, result from earlier, Fulham 0, Manchester United 1. 3 o'clock, Brentford 1, West Ham 2. Burnley 0, Crystal Palace 1. Everton are 1-0 up against Brighton. Manchester City 3, Bournemouth 0. Doku, Bernardo Silva and Akanji with the City goals. At Bramall Lane, Sheffield United 0, Wolves 0. 5:30 in the Premier League, Newcastle against Arsenal. And in the Championship, Birmingham 1, Ipswich 0. Bristol City 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Huddersfield Watford is 0-0. Millwall Southampton also 0-0. Plymouth are leading Middlesbrough 2-1. Preston 2, Coventry 1. Rotherham 0, QPR 0. Stoke 0, Cardiff 0. Swansea 0, Sunderland 0. Goals pretty hard to find in the Championship so far this afternoon. 1-1 at the Hawthorns between West Brom and Hull. Our featured non-league game on the show this afternoon sees Peterborough Sports up against Kings Lynn Town. Sports in much better form of late, having moved out of the relegation zone. Half-time at Lincoln Road, Andy. How are they getting on?
Well, they trail here by a 0-0. They were forced into 2 changes this afternoon. No Ben Folkes and no Josh McCammon. And they've given the first start to Dion Sebi-Ferris since his return from Scunthorpe. And Sports have certainly missed McCammon's darting runs from midfield. They were behind after 11 minutes after a series of pinballs inside the penalty box. Dan Jarvis made a rather rash challenge. Referee pointed the spot and Bartosz Bulski sent Peter Cook the wrong way. It rather knocked Sports off their stride for a few minutes, but gradually they regained their composure. Sebi-Ferris, who's looked lively up front this afternoon, firing straight across the Lynn penalty box. Nobody there to tuck it in. Sebi-Ferris probably had the best chance of the half to equalise. He took down Matt Tootle's cross and fired in the shot, but somehow Paul Jones in the visiting goal managed to produce an outstanding save. Almost immediately after that, Jarvis again tested the lean keeper. But Sports have continued to be on the front foot, but latterly in the half, they've lack of a final ball, and the Lynn defence have restricted their efforts on target to one long-range effort from Dan Lawler. Half-time here, Sports 0, Kings Lynn 1.
So Kings Lynn leading at the half-time break there. Let's head over to the rugby. Expectations, I think we can describe as being measured for Cambridge in the rugby this afternoon. Of course, newly at championship level and coming up against the title favourites in the form of Ealing. Steve Jackson, how's it going?
Well, Peter, at the moment it's half-time. We're just getting ready for the second half. Ealing 31, Cambridge 0. 33 minutes of tackling practice, 7 minutes in the Ealing 22, and looking really good when they're on the front foot and when they're able to use the line-out. Ealing making sure that there aren't any line-outs at all, that they have to worry about Cambridge's ability, and just running the ball down the slope. And it is a slope. It's proper prodigious, not quite Barnet, but it's still pretty much a par 3 uphill. Cambridge down the slope in the second half. Ealing are going to have to work harder to hit those tackles going up the hill, and Cambridge may well have a few aces up their sleeve in terms of running down. I'm backing the Bud and Sand to score at least twice in the second half, and Ealing not to replicate the 31 points that they've got in the first half. So it's actually been pretty good, to be honest. It's warmed up since it started raining. You know, it's not too bad. There's been a few big cheers, especially when Cambridge got a penalty 34 minutes into the game in the Ealing 22. Yeah, proper day out. Ealing 31, Cambridge 0.
Thanks, Jacko. Text, tweets, WhatsApp messages. Toby's a posh fan. Half-time team talk for Peterborough United. There's a reason why League One players are better than League Two players, so go out there and prove it. Currently, marshmallow football again. So Posh trailing by 1-0. The U's leading by 1-0. James from Ely. Great opportunity for Cambridge United to get into the second round draw now. Fajiri Okanabire doing what Okanabire does best. Would like to see him start more games. As long as we stay switched on, this should be a comfortable afternoon. Thank you for those messages. Let's have a quick word then with Ben at London Road. So for Posh, fairly obvious really. In this sort of game, you don't want to chuck a goal in the first 5 minutes. It just makes life so difficult. It gives the opposition something to hold on to, and that's exactly what we've seen.
I could tell you, Peter, Ben's just munching on his wrap, so while he's doing that...
I didn't want you to miss out, Nathan. No. Nathan's just shown me, I know this is slightly off the track, a photo of what they're getting served in the executive box, which, if you missed earlier, what Nathan has sacrificed to work with us at Radio Cambridgeshire today. And as soon as I saw that photo, I went for my lunch because it was so impressive. So I just needed to clarify that.
So Salford then, they've got their noses in front and they've really done what you need to do in that sort of scenario.
Yeah, it was a good finish, but they shouldn't have been in that position, really, should they? Billy Cappett's just playing the ball out from the back. It's all very well if you're doing that while you're stood in front of your own goal, but this time he was so far wide of goal that he knew that if there was any error, any misplaced pass from him there, and it was a free shot at goal, and that's exactly what panned out only 4 minutes into the game. After such a strong start as well from the Posh, they really started the game on the front foot, but as soon as Salford took that 1-goal lead, a great volley by the way, into the back of the net, it would have been easy to miss the target, but the midfielder Milan did really well to find the net. But ever since then, Salford have just been camped inside the Posh half, a back 5 which they changed to from the initial back 4, and then 4 midfielders in front, really building the wall here at London Road to make it hard for Posh to break through. And that's exactly how it's been. Posh have had some joy, quite a lot of joy to be fair, down each flanker from Mason Clark down the left, Poku down the right. We all know the drill when it comes to those two taking on their defenders. You never know, especially with Poku, which way he's going to go, and putting balls into the box, but they just haven't been first to those crosses in, and here we are, and we're still 1 goal down.
OK, let's get a quick word from the Abbey Stadium, because I think Posh will be ready to go for the second half in just a moment or two. Doug, for the U's, well, I guess it's, as I said right at the top of half-time, in some respects it has been a tricky half for the U's, but so important to get that first goal.
Yeah, absolutely key, wasn't it? If United go in at half-time and it's still level, it gives Bracknell a real boost, doesn't it? And I said it a couple of times through commentary before the game. The longer it goes on without United scoring, the more confident the Bracknell will become. But yeah, to get that first goal, it gave them a real lift. They couldn't quite add the second after that, but we're certainly in the driving seat at the moment. Not really any worries at the top end of the pitch in terms of defensively for United, but they get back in numbers well, Bracknell, don't they? And they've had to bide their time, they've had to be patient, a little bit wasteful at times, but they're looking comfortable at the moment, certainly, Peter.
And I loved your stat, Doug, of first goal scored before half-time in a game since August, which is mad. It's nice to have that particular monkey off the back, to have that particular stat dealt with. Right, I'm hearing that Peterborough United are pretty much ready to go for the second half. So Posh against Salford, trailing by 1-0. The U's 1-0 up against Bracknell. Full match commentary of both games and both matches as it's the FA Cup, available via the interweb if you're based within the UK. If you head over to the FA Cup commentaries page on the BBC Sport website, then all of the details are there.
The sound of Cambridgeshire. BBC Radio Cambridgeshire Sports.
So back here at the Abbey Stadium then, no sign of the teams as yet. We've had still ensconced firmly in half-time. An interesting first half without quite taking off as far as the U's concerned. And for all United's play, Bracknell will be quite pleased because keepers made a couple of saves, but no more than a couple of saves. As the teams start to come out, U's in amber shirts, black shorts and stocks, with Jack Stevens in goal. A back four of Liam Bennett at right back, Danny Andrew on the left, Ryan Bennett, Michael Morrison in the centre, Jordan Cousins behind, Solly Kai on the right of attacking midfield, J.K. Gordon on the left, Paul Digby, Adam May in the centre, Fajiri Okunaberi, the goal scorer, leading the line. Assuming Bracknell aren't making any changes at the break, and I'm not assuming that just yet. They're in red shirts with white stripes down the front, white shorts and socks, with Michael Eacott in goal. Back four of Liam Tuck at right back, Elliot Legg on the left, Ola Ossa and Darryl. Can't read my own writing now. It's Darryl Harrison. It's going to be one of those afternoons, isn't it? In defence, 4-5 in midfield, I think, really. Joe Grant on the right, Cameron English on the left, Thomas Jackson, Ashley Lodge, Max Herbert. Between them, Jordan Esprit leads the line. A referee clad in black when he appears will be Richie Watkins, and he's booked Legg and Harrison for Bracknell and Adam May for the U's. So Bracknell not out yet, United are, they're ready to go. And I think the words would have been from Mark Bonner, up the tempo.
Yeah, very much so. Up the tempo and get the second goal as soon as you possibly can. It's not United that want to be amongst the headlines, certainly. Tomorrow morning, they got the first goal, that was the crucial one. The second one, even more important. Certainly, for me, they'll be kicking towards the south stand in the second half, as John has probably just said. They will look to make changes, probably 60, 70 minutes, plenty on the bench for United from an attacking perspective, but they'll come out all guns blazing early in this second half with Bracknell, and it's up to United just to repel that. They look comfortable, certainly defensively, United, and a back four that kept 3 clean sheets going into this game. They'll be hoping it'll be a fourth come 90 minutes.
Is it just an old saw about saying, well, you'd expect a lower league side to fade as they tire?
Yeah, exactly, but anyone watching the Barnsley-Horsham game last night will know you can't take any chances, you can't be complacent. They went up to Oakwell and scored 3 goals. They're at the same level as Bracknell Town, so United got to be sure, safe and get the job done.
So we're back ready to get underway. Bracknell in their red and white stripes go from left to right, up the hill towards Newmarket Road end in this second half on BBC Radio Cambridgeshire. A long ball forward, nodded half away by the U's defence, picked up by English for Bracknell. He'll look to worm his way down that far side. He's got a man in the middle, deep cross into the hands of Jack Stevens, with a man at the far posts in Joe Grant, And that was a dangerous start from Bracknell, who'll be looking to start early at the tempo to upset United.
Yeah, they were a little too safe. That was probably the call from their joint managers, Jamie McClurg and Carl Withers, in charge for a year. Just get the ball forward a little bit more quickly, and as the game wears on, they've just got to be a little bit braver, haven't they?
As Hughes back in possession. So could be said of them, actually. As United in possession, midway inside their own half. Morrison will pick it up. Usually by 1-0, though, for Jerry Okenabiri's goal separating the two sides. May back to Morrison, and Morrison will take a touch or two. Play it out wide to Danny Andrews, come back for possession. Back to Morrison again. United cross towards that right-hand side where Ryan Bennett and Morrison exchange passes once more. This time it's stroked forward to J.K. Gordon on this left-hand side. He's round his man who just tripped him. That was Tuck, who says... referee says not enough contact for a foul. That'll be a throw-in. Only a throw.
I'm not sure what he's seen or hasn't seen there, the referee. That was a clear foul for me on John Kimani Gordon. He tripped he tried to make his way down the left-hand side. Not sure I'm in agreement with that one.
There's the ball into the middle, hooked away by Harrison for Bracknell. Cleared back in field by United. Digby will chase, and he's won his header, but Harrison behind him will clear for the visitors. Given it away. Poor touch, though, from Cousins for once. Behind him, Ryan Bennett will clear and get it down that right channel as a chase down that far side for Digby. And it's cleared away by the Bracknell defence. Hughes looking to win it back on the halfway line and do so via Bennett, and Liam Bennett will turn. Got nowhere to go forward, so has to go back towards Ryan Bennett, who's closed down but can clear down the line. Digby heads on. There's no one there for United. And Bracknell back in possession with the mint green keeper looking to work it across, and May on the edge of the area has dispossessed him, and Okenabiri makes it two. Defending by it was Osser, I think, and the keeper got themselves in a right tangle. Adam May picked the pocket for Jerry Okenabiri with a ball that trundled and wiped his feet as it went over the line. Hughes in front, 2-0. A gift wrapped, and very nearly not accepted. Usually by 2.
A really scruffy one. The management duo down there on the touchline, well, having a right old whinge at the fourth official, saying that there was perhaps a foul in the build-up there, but it was the scruffiest goal you could possibly see scored here at the Abbey. I'd say so far this season, probably this season, it bounced up a couple of players. For Jerry Okenabiri possibly will claim it, but it was a real howler, wasn't it, defensively?
I'm giving it to Okenabiri. Well, it really did wipe its feet as it went over the line. It's United looking for a third now as Digby will pick it up through the middle to Kaikai's offside. Keeper makes a save, but the flag was up. The pass just didn't come out of the feet quickly enough to find its way through to Soleil Kaikai. Had a run in and goal. He'll say, well, he would have buried it had the flag not got up, but it did, so he didn't get the chance. 2-0 to the U's.
Yeah, slide rule pass, wasn't it? Lovely pass actually through the low ends, and probably half a yard or so offside in the end. Sully Kaikai. He's grown a little more into this game. Started slowly, did Sully Kaikai, but he's a latch on to that one, and United, they've got the killer second that they wanted, scruffy as it was, but they all count, don't they?
Yeah. That was an important goal as well at the start of the second half, but here come Bracknell just outside the area. Will twist and turn. It's going nowhere at the moment. Now it's chipped forward, looking for on this near side. Tuck looking to try and work his way down the line. Tack now with the chance to deliver the cross. It's a decent one whipped into the box. Hughes have to react quickly, and they have done. And they clear their lines, and they'll look to break away with May wide towards Okenabiri down this left-hand side, corner of the box, little step over, looking for a man and arriving in the middle, cross is cut out, only as far as May, who wins it back for the U's just outside the area, looking for Cousins and not finding him, and that's scruffy from United. And English will look to break on that left-hand side, and goes for goal from a long way out and slices it close to the corner flag. I think the idea was that Osu got the final touch on the on the ball that ran in off a combination of him, the keeper, and Okunabere. Own goal, I think, is the final decision on that one, usually by 2.
Yeah, it looks like that one has gone down as an own goal. You know, I struggle to see perhaps a touch in there for a United man. If there was one, it was for Jiri Okunabere. He wasn't celebrating afterwards, but own goal, they all count, don't they, Jono?
As Hughes looking to win the ball upfield, but they can't do so, and Bracknell on that left-hand side looking to slide forward. They've got to ball forced wide to English, who's closed down. Hughes concede the throw midway inside their own half. Cambridge United 2, Bracknell Town 0 here on BBC Radio Cambridgeshire. Also with the own goal. And the ball swept wide towards this near side. The Hughes left, where Danny Andrew win the throw. She'll take quickly 7 minutes into the second half. Paul Mullins probably going to claim that goal, you know, Doug.
As he does most goals. I mean, it was unfortunate for a Bracknell perspective, but United still put themselves in the position, had the pressure there to force Bracknell into that area, and that's the key thing. 2 men in there.
Good work from Adam May, who's been instrumental in both of United's goals. He gets the ball wide towards this Waitsford in the middle as Morrison gets the ball back from J.K. Gordon. And we'll look to tease it across to Ryan Bennett in the centre circle. Comes across again. Morrison and Cousins now in the left-back position, striding for purposefully. Finds Kaikai wide to Okunabere on the near side. Back to Okunabere in towards Danny Andrews. Made a good run into the box. Danny Andrew! Side netting, but the flag was up. That was tight, actually. That was very tight. It was good build-up. Good triangles down this left-hand side. Flag was up to deny Danny Andrews. Made a really good run into the box.
Yeah, struggling to contain United, aren't they, in the early stages of this second half. Bracknell, Sully Kaikai, Fajiri Okunabere all linking up. Danny Andrew, I'm with you, Jono. That was very, very tight indeed. No complaints from a United perspective, but it just shows the confidence levels that there is out there at the moment, with Danny Andrew getting so far forward down this left-hand side. Hit the side netting, but flag up anyway.
Long clearance forward, goes through keeper to keeper. And Jack Stevens, who's collected one cross in the match, but that's about as far as his workload's gone. As he collects and bowls the ball out towards Cousins, who's closed down quickly, but wins the throw off Herbert. United will take that midway inside their own half. Leading by 2-0 with 9 minutes gone here on BBC Radio Cambridgeshire on a very autumnal afternoon. Is Andrew in a bit of a crowd scene. Gets it back to Bennett, who slices it laconically forward. Okunabere, surrounded by 2, loses out. Got one in the face for his trouble. As all forward towards this near side where going to ground was Jordan Esprit. Cousins with a nudge and push into the back on him. And Bracknell will have the free kick. That's 3 yards in from this right touchline, midway inside the Hughes half. It's Herbert takes it forward and easily cut out by the Hughes defence. That was calmly done by Danny Andrew. United have the throw. It's 2-0 to the Hughes, 10 minutes into the second half.
Yeah, United looking comfortable both ends of the pitch at the moment. They've coped with everything pretty well from a defensive perspective.
Ball down the line, Andrew to May. Ball in field to Okunabere, looking to break. Lovely ball to Digby. Digby breaking down the right-hand side, just outside the area. Wants a bit of width, surrounded by defenders in the end. Got back to him, and then it'll stumble into a stumbling defender. And that's a soft free kick, but a correct free kick, just inside the Bracknell area. It's used to Bracknell 0. But United looking to break with pace, just haven't found that final killer pass or killer shot.
Yeah, we saw a lovely ball play through to Danny Andrew a few moments ago. Yes, the offside flag up, but they look like already Bracknell, they're starting to tire a little bit. Paul Digby with absolutely acres of space. I didn't agree with the free kick, actually. It looked like the Bracknell man had just run out of a little bit of steam and just stumbled, to be honest. But United looking for the third goal, and I think would be the first time they've scored 3 this season, potentially, if they can get it.
I think it is. I think you're right. As fact, I'm sure you are. As the ball back inside Bracknell territory. Coming away with it is Lodge. He'll spray it wide, looking for English, finding only Liam Bennett, who cushions the header back to his keeper. I think Bracknell are going to be ringing the trains this air too much longer. We've got 3 being prepared. As United in possession midway inside their own half. We've had 10 minutes of the second half. Hughes lead by 2. Chiriok and Aberry, and probably an Osu own goal as May strives. It's Morrison coming forward down this near side, finding Gordon, who drifts infield. Let's return pass towards Morrison, who continues his run, stumbles into a defender just outside the area, goes to ground and has clattered himself in the face. Referee stops play. Needed to do so as well. Just bided his time to make sure it was a bang of the head. Referee got that spot on. But a mazy run from Michael Morrison. Looked for a 1-2 on the edge of the area and then didn't quite come off for him. Couldn't do it twice in a season, could he?
Those shades just momentarily of what he did against Shrewsbury here a few weeks ago. Absolutely fantastic goal. We've all enjoyed watching that one back. But yeah, he skipped through a couple of challenges and just a collision with a Bracknell man. I think it was Daryl Harrison, I think, and a little bit of concern here actually for Michael Morrison. He went down quite heavily and not getting to his feet in a hurry here, and the space opened up for him. As we said a few moments ago, United are starting to carve Bracknell apart a little bit at times when they do get the opportunity. Michael Morrison, he's up on his knees now. I think he's going to be okay, but a little bit of concern, Jono.
Changes are coming for the U's. George Thomas is about to come on. Bracknell have got a couple of changes imminent, but I think it will see which is the first one. Gabriel George is one of the ones for Bracknell. He's a defender, but not before George Thomas has come on for Paul Digby. 58th minute.
Is number 8, George Thomas.
Nice option to have off the bench. Michael Morrison still receiving treatment.
And replacing number 3, Danny Andrew.
Danny Andrew comes off.
Is number 20, Brandon Houndstrup.
Brandon Houndstrup comes on to replace Danny Andrew. Well, that's exactly to plan as far as United are concerned. Ben Harris will come on in place of Tom Jackson, 59th minute. There's 3 changes coming for Bracknell, that's the first of them. The second one was the Cameron English come off, and Nana Owusu. So sort of like-ish for like-ish in that case. And the third change, so we'll see Gabriel George come on. He's a defender, and he'll come on in place of Elliot Legg. So changes are being rung by both sides. Which probably says something about where both managers feel the game is at the moment, Doug. Changes.
There's like a revolving door on that touchline down there, isn't there? 2-4 United. Brilliant, actually, to see Brandon Houndstrup back. He's had an absolutely torrid time. So many United fans have almost forgotten who he is. But to work his way back from not just one injury, but a catalogue, a series of injuries, and a big, big moment for him. And we'll enjoy this last half an hour or so out there on the pitch, and also hope to get through it as well. He picked up a position on the left-hand side of the defence. Just to get those minutes under his belt, as I think he probably will do on Tuesday, that EFL Trophy game against Spurs under-21s, of course.
Yeah, so changes for both sides. And United with a bit of defending to do as Owusu goes back to George. And he'll look to get it forward. Slipped as he did so, and that'll be over the head of everyone into the hands of the U's keeper. Jack Stevens able to make the the collection. Looks as if Harris is playing further forward, substitute. As Stevens gets it further forward towards over the halfway line. He's got another man down. And J.K. Gordon, I think, is down at the moment. Doug needing treatment.
Yeah, extended stoppages here, not only for the substitutions. Michael Morrison down. Thankfully, he's up and he's okay. I think they might replace him with Ibsen Rossi, who's down there on the touchline as well. There's an opportunity. United 2-0 up and looking relatively comfortable. I don't regret saying that, but they're looking comfortable. Opportunity just to rotate that squad. It's something that Mark Bonner likes to do, and certainly he's talked about. It's Fajiri Okunabiri down in the middle of the park at the moment. United's number 9. Got his goal for the afternoon. I think he'll be okay, but we have an extended look at him from the medical staff.
Yeah, 2 changes are coming for United. Certainly Zeno Rossi's going to come on. There's a second one lurking just out of my sight at the moment. Maybe Sekou Janat. We'll find out momentarily. As Fajiri Okunabiri is back on his feet. Scorer of the first and influential in encouraging the second in. He'll need to come off the field first. As Hughes will make the change. 63rd minute as Rossi comes on. In place of Michael Morrison.
For Cambridge United, replacing number 5, Michael Morrison. Is number 16, Zeno Ibsen Rossi.
Minutes rather than anything more worrying, Doug.
There's a chance to certainly rotate that squad. Fajiri Okunabiri just about to come back onto the field of play. He's got one this afternoon. He wants to add to that as well. Won't be claiming the second, I don't think, but yeah, Michael Morrison hopefully brought off just as a precaution.
So Hughes in front by 2-0. There's a fourth official's predatory with that board again. So I suspect there's another change coming as May turns away from his man. Gordon spins off down the line. Didn't quite get there quickly enough, and the ball smuggled back to the keeper by Osu. Long Eacott with a long ball forward. One in the air by Harris, who got in his spirit's way. And both Okunabiri and Grant are back on the field after their clashes. And Hughes back in possession. Ball bowled out to Cousins. He'll go wide towards Hornstrup. First touch to him. Down the line to Gordon, who's back paddling into his own half and squandering possession. Cousins almost won it back. Thomas did and wins the free kick. There's some loose control at times still, Doug Shawman.
Yeah, a little sloppy, isn't it, at times? United just need to be a little crisper with their passing at times. They made a number of changes. Mustn't get too complacent.
As May wrestled to the ground by Herbert, and Hughes will have the free kick. And May will need to wait for Harris to get out of the way, and now it's taken long by Hornstrup towards that far side, nodded away by the Bracknell defence towards halfway, where it's held up nicely and pushing the back as well into the back of the Spirit as give Bracknell the free kick just inside their own half. About 20 minutes of the second half gone. It's Hughes 2, Bracknell 0. As a free kick taken wide towards this near side, powerfully headed away by Hornstrup, but it will come back via halfway. One back by Cousins. May, nice touch to find Thomas, who runs into a challenge and loses the ball. And it's one back by Lodge for Bracknell, going wide towards Elliot George on the right hand side. One back by Bennett between two Bracknell men. In the end, has to force it out for a throw to the visitors. Bracknell fans enjoying their day out, other than the scoreline. The ball forward towards Esprit, who look to turn out wide on that left-hand side, up against 3, and that's enough to put the ball out for a throw to Bracknell, midway inside United territory, on that left-hand side, in front of the Habin stand. As we start to get a little more crepuscular at this time of day, clocks having changed last week. It's the ball in towards the edge of the area, well read by Cousins, got there first and calmly lays it off to Gordon. Haunstrup makes a burst down the left-hand side and he's found him as well. He's got 3 in the middle if he can deliver the cross, and he can't. It finds a defender and it's worked away. Gordon looks to try and win it back. Tack can't clear his lines, controlled by Owusu, but he's lost possession. United back on the ball. May lays it off to Liam Bennett on the right-hand side. No one to his right, so he'll have to plough a lone furrow down that far side. George Thomas arrives in support, but the cross is delivered into the area, headed away by Osu, picked up and lost by Grant. Cousins finds Thomas. Thomas sets off down the right-hand side, finds Liam Bennett, cuts in field, looks for Okunabire, who stepped over the ball but couldn't take the defenders out of the game with that. And Bracknell come back in possession. They'll look to try and counter-attack. Hughes getting men back as it's then towards Jordan Esprit, looking to go wide towards the near side, but it's well read by Haunstrup, looking for Gordon. Gordon looking to take on 2 down this near side, and he's beaten him as well, holds it off, and his pass isn't good enough for Kai, who latches onto the ball, and the ball through the middle. The Spirit would chase. Harris is there as well, sliding in to win the challenge was Rossi to put the ball out for the corner. Really good challenge from Zeno Rossi. As Harris was about to pull the trigger, Rossi slid in and smuggled the ball out for a corner.
Well, certainly from where we are, anyway, from Rossi, he slides in, looks like he takes the man, but referee way closer than we are. It was a little change in direction of the ball, so Zeno Ibsen Rossi obviously got something of it. Heart in mouth just for a moment or two there, and a key moment perhaps in the match for Bracknell. They were looking for the penalty, not given though.
Hughes with everyone back. Just over 3,400 here today. This referee has been summoned by the 4th official, and I think the Bracknell management team are in trouble here for saying that they thought it was a penalty. There's 2 of them. The Bracknell management team, Jamie McClurg and Josh Withers. It's a red card. It's a red card for one of the coaching staff. Well, his day's gone horribly wrong. Well, I don't think you can say that about refereeing, get away with it.
No, he's obviously said something untoward, or perhaps a little bit more. I'm not sure if it's Jamie McClurg or Carl Withers that's been sent off. It's a joint management team down there at Bracknell.
He makes his way to the director's box, which isn't that far away from the technical area. Actually, you get a slightly better view from up there. So it might be a blessing in disguise for him. It's a corner, right-footed, in-swinging. United with everyone back, defending to be done. Players milling around, making their runs now. In it goes deep, booming towards that far post that comes off the head of Zeno Rossi, back towards the right-hand side. Back will come. Herbert cross into the area, gets a half a flick. Hughes with numbers back. Looked at Rossi, tries to get it away. Herbert with a follow-up shot. Thomas tries to bring it away, can't do so. Owusu with a shot, and he made good contact with it as well. Nana Owusu fell invitingly on the half-term and rasped a shot a yard or so wide. Jack Stephens, to say, had it covered. He did, but that was Bracknell's best effort since, about a week ago.
Yeah, it was really poorly dealt with, poorly cleared, wasn't it, by United, and bounced up really nicely for Nana Owusu, and off the bench. That was his moment, perhaps, to shine. A yard or so wide in the end, got a good connection on it, but the goal, in terms of Jack Stephens' goal, stays intact.
As Hughes with defending to do, Rossi gets it back to Stephens. Haunstrup does likewise. Stephens will clear. May works it on. Thomas will pick it up on the halfway line. Players right and left. Gordon to his left. Two through the middle, goes across to May. May will go across to Kai, corner of the box, plenty of space, turns back in field, goes for goal and curls it just wide. Good opportunity for the United on the break. They got players piling forward. They had 5 forward, 6 forward in the move. And Kai with the shot curled in from that right-hand side, just wide of the far post. As the disgraced Bracknell joint manager is dispatched from the technical area as well, from the director's box as well. So he's been really put on the naughty step.
Yeah, he didn't look particularly happy about it. I guess he thought he could sit up in the stand, but clearly not. Made his way down the tunnel, and looks like he'll be going home empty-handed off the pitch as well as on it.
And lighter of pocket, I would imagine. As Hughes with a goal kick, leading by 2-0. 71 minutes in. It's comfortable without being convincing at the moment, Doug Shulman.
Yeah, it's a really good opportunity for Silly Kai there on the turn. Really well worked move, actually. The space, as it has done for long spells and many spells this afternoon, the space opening up for United to try and create something. So George Thomas involved there. He worked the chance for himself really, really well, Silly Kai. It was only half a yard wide, but the chances not coming as fast and furious as they were at the beginning of this second half and throughout the first at the moment, Jono.
You feel there'll be more as United in possession midway inside the Bracknell half. They'll go back to Rossi inside his own half, and he'll find Ryan Bennett alongside him. He'll go back to his keeper. He's looking to just hold Bracknell at arm's length, I think, just at the moment, and strike when they can. Long clearance forward. Okunaberi, little chest down, forced out wide from Kai to May in the centre circle now, and he'll go back to his keeper. He'd spotted the run of Liam Bennett down the right-hand side, but only when he played the ball back. Cousins down on a knee at the moment. That's a worry, as Okunaberi caught offside, and Cousins down on one knee at the moment, looking as if he could probably do with some treatment. That is a concern.
Yeah, he didn't look particularly easy on his feet. Well, 3 or 4 minutes ago, after a Bracknell attack, he just pulled up and seemed to recover very, very quickly, but I just wonder whether it's a reaction from that. They're just down on his haunches at the moment. United medical team out there just having a word with him, but he's a player that had a spell out injured earlier this season. He slowly worked his way back to fitness and match sharpness as well, and played a really, really key role in that 4-1-4-1 formation that United are adopting at the moment. Yeah, now I'm sitting on his backside in the centre circle. And this doesn't look particularly great, does it? They're looking... It's left leg-ish, isn't it, at the moment?
Yeah, it is. Left leg or higher on the leg, rather not the ankle. Seiko Jana is the man being prepared at the moment to come on, which... not a natural replacement, you'd think. And that will be the change. But at the moment, Cousins just being helped to his feet, should be able to leave the field under his own steam. And, there is a second change as well. Jack Lancaster will come on as well, as United make their 4th and 5th changes. So Jana comes on for Okunaberi, who scored one and involved heavily in the second.
And replacing number 24, Jordan Cousins.
And Jack Lancaster comes on for
number 10, Jack Lancaster.
Jordan Cousins. So J.K. Gordon will go in attack. Jana will play wide on the left. And Jack Lancaster will go into midfield with Paul Digby sitting a little deeper, which is all very straightforward. In fact, Digby's gone off, so it can't be Digby sitting deeper. It must be May who's sitting deeper. I lost track. There's been so many changes. Either way, Jack Lancaster won't be sitting behind a midfield 4, as Hughes were defending to do, just outside the area, looking to force it away. Haven't quite managed it yet. It's Bracknell on the attack down their left-hand side. Usu looking to turn and playing the ball forward, and it flicks off a United boot and goes out for a corner. Defending to be done.
Yeah, levelled out as a contest, certainly this second half. Bracknell having little bits and pieces of play, and a third corner in the matter of about 5 minutes as well.
Quarter of an hour to go. Corner to Bracknell, right-footed, in swinging, plenty forward, deep far post and into the hands of Stevens, who holds on easily. Janner makes a burst down the left-hand side, and the throw might find him as well. Just a fraction overthrown, actually. And Osu has to go back to his keeper. That was some throw. Very nearly made mischief as wrong clearance in the end from Ecott gets it away. It is May sitting just in front of that back four as looking to break down this near side. Grant gets it back to the right hand side. Herbert looking for a 1-2 on the edge of the area, and he might get it as well. 10 yards outside the box, closed down by George Thomas, with a crossfield pass is cut out by Sully Kaikai, who can't get the ball away and is picked up on that left hand side by an offside Harris, and United will have the free kick. Again, it's all a little scruffy and shirt untucked and stuff like that, isn't it?
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth, actually. I was just going to say it was scruffy again. A chance for United to break. Just work the ball. It's a simple ball out of defence, isn't it? So they Kai in between the 18-yard box and the centre circle. Just gave the ball away really, really chilly. They have been guilty of that at times this afternoon, haven't they? Yeah. Despite that 2-0 cushion they had, they look comfortable, but it could be less sloppy, shall we say.
Yeah. With 13 minutes to go on BBC Radio Cambridgeshire, me, Mark Johnson, Doug Shulman alongside as United caught in possession, and forward come Bracknell on that left-hand side. Harris has overrun it, and Rossi gets there, clears his lines via Harris's foot. News will win the throw, but it was Adam May who was just caught in possession just over the halfway line, and the game's not done just yet with 13 minutes to go.
I guess with Adam May being out for a year or so, you're still in a position, even though he's been back playing for 6 weeks or so, where when he goes down you do worry.
Thomas plays it out wide via Hornstrup to Janner. Ball back in field to Lancaster. Ball round the corner. Janner's continued his run just inside the area. Has his pocket picked, but he's almost managed to win it back. In the end, Bracknell work it away via Herbert, who's got a bit of help on this near side. Looking for the ball over the top. Harris with a nod on, but there's no one there in the red and white stripes of Bracknell. Hughes lead by 2-0. Goal in either half so far. His turning is George Thomas. He slipped as he fade the ball into Adam May, but no harm done, and May will scamper forward, looking to slide it wide towards that right hand side. Sully Kaikai's got 4 in the middle, delivers it in low and flat, and it whipped through everyone and nicked off a Bracknell foot for a throw to United. Level the edge of the area. Hughes were flooding amber shirts forward as Lancaster takes the throw. It looks for the return pass. Honstrup to Thomas. Back via May. And here come the Hughes once more. Kaikai will send it wide towards this near side. Jack Lancaster on the left hand side, looking to take on his man. Forced a little wide, looks for the return pass from Janner. Janner instead rolls it into Thomas. Thomas, edge of the box, look for someone to take the ball off him, but they didn't. It goes wide instead to Hornstrup. He'll get it back towards George Thomas on this near side. Hornstrup down the line, looking for Janner, who's pushed off the ball attack and then fouled him. And that's a free kick to Bracknell, and that was wishy-washy attacking.
Couldn't quite work the opportunity to get the ball in the box. Either Brandon Hornstrup, Sekou Janner, or Tom just before him. Yeah, it was rather congested, wasn't it? Down there on the edge of the box, and couldn't quite provide the service into the box. Looking for that third goal. It's not looking like it's coming just for now.
Rossi with the ball into touch, and forward come Bracknell, and this time Hornstrup nods the ball into touch. The throw which Liam Tack will take. Looks to return pass. Controlled nicely, actually, by Thomas Paxson. He looks for the ball wide. Instead it comes wide towards Tack again. Delivers it all in deep into the area. Powerful header away by Rossi, finding touch again. Bracknell setting up a little bit of base camp in United territory just for a minute. He's just needing to be careful to see out the late burst. 10 minutes to go. Cambridge United 2, Bracknell Town 0. Tack with the throw into the box, looking for the run. And just to pick out the run of Jackson as well. You've managed to smuggle it away just, but only just. In fact, it was lodged with the run, I should say. He'll smuggle it to safety and will win the throw. But it's not done yet. You just have the feeling there's a sting in this for Bracknell if they can find a lifeline.
Yeah, you just get that impression, don't you, that with 15 minutes or so left in this one, a Bracknell go now would make it, well, certainly a very interesting final few moments or so. But United, for me, just need that third.
Here they come on the counter with Kai charging through the middle, and he was rudely interrupted by Darryl Harrison. Harrison has been booked already. Referee says a word will do, I think. And a word should do, there's no more than that. Bracknell preparing another change. Ethan Burden, who's a fullback, will come on momentarily, but United will have a free kick. It's 15 yards over the halfway line, almost central. Adam May looks for someone to make a run and goes short to Lancaster. He'll get the ball back as well, then play it on. Neat 1-2. Thomas has to smuggle it out, and United, that's over elaborate, have to go back in towards their own half, where Hornstrup will go all the way back to his keeper. I don't think the Hughes fans are entirely thrilled with that. Stevens stabs it forward over halfway, nodded back by Osu. Ryan Bennett gets it further back. A nice touch by Herbert to tickle himself away from a couple of challenges and go wide towards the left-hand side. Osu will take on a mazy run, falls over, gets to his feet, and then gives the ball to Rossi, who read it well. Looks for the 1-2 from Gordon. Instead, it finds its way to Thomas on that far side, who whacked it against Owusu and lost possession. Again, scruffy from United. Bracknell clear their lines. One back initially by Bennett, and then by Adam May, who holds off a challenge in towards Lancaster. Turns well, he can put Dranner in and does. Dranner forced a little wide, looking to check back and then stumbles his way into a challenge. The keeper comes out and smothers it behind for a corner, but Seiko Dranner just didn't pull the trigger.
No, he picks up the ball. It was nicely weighted, wasn't it, from Jack Lancaster, who once again found space for United in around just outside the 18-yard box. And Sekou Jana, he thought about the quick fire shot, but I think he was worried about the angle. Wasn't quite there for him, and as soon as you hesitate, that's it. The defenders are in. The goalkeeper did really well there. Yes, it's gone away from a corner. And for a corner, Sekou Jana actually gets up limping as well, John. I think he'll be all right, but a bit of a collision with a goalkeeper on that occasion, I think.
Ethan Burton comes on in place of fullback Liam Tack in the 83rd minute. Corner to the U's. Right-footed in, swinging from this near side. May, I think it will be to take. Plenty forward for the U's. Most back for Bracknell as it's whipped in towards that near post. Goes a long way and somehow eludes a gaggle of players, closest of which was Zeno Ibsen Rossi, as the ball ricocheted wide and out for the goal kick.
It was a dangerous ball in. One of those balls in that you just wait for someone to get on the end of it. I'm not sure he knew too much about it, Zeno Ibsen Rossi. Looked like it had just almost bounced off of him. Just went wide in the end, but United just lost a little bit their tempo, haven't they, at the moment?
There's Hughes with try and win the ball back. They can't do so. They've conceded a throw midway inside United territory. They're going to work it forward. The ball round the corner, worked out wide again. Hughes put it out for another throw to Bracknell. 5 minutes to go. Hughes lead by 2-0. Bracknell buzzing on the edge of the area. Thomas gets his foot in to work it away, and Jana tees up Hornstrup, plays it down the line, looking for a muscular run from J.K. Gordon. The ball's touched back to the keeper, and Gordon very nearly got there. I don't think Ecock wanted that ball back from Osu, and in the end Gordon couldn't quite get there. Well, that's some return from your wedding and honeymoon for Michael Ecock, having to come and chase that out. That could have been quite unfortunate for him.
Yeah, wasn't too far away. Had to be alert, didn't he? United not quite got that third goal they wanted. They're edging towards the second round here for me, Jono. Yeah. Money in the bank and a potential banana skin avoided. And there's many sides that will fall by the wayside. We saw, as we said earlier, Barnsley held to a 3-3 draw last night. And there's some strange results we're seeing emerge from elsewhere in the country this afternoon.
Yeah, it could be worse, could be Swindon. Last I saw, we're losing 7-1 at home to Aldershot. Yeah, I think they'll know about banana skin. There's Eacock with the free kick, launching it forward in towards the edge of the area. Hughes get it at half away. It's picked up once more by Lodge, looking to go one towards that far side. Let's return pass. He's got plenty in the middle. Cross comes in, cleared away by May for United. Still come Bracknell. Have given it a right go in the second half as they run into a defender and get a free kick out wide on that left-hand side. And chance to pack the box once more with 4 minutes to go. It ain't over yet, Doug Shulman.
Yeah, another set piece for United to have to deal with. I think Zeno Ibsen Rossi actually has done really well since he's come on the field to play. Malcolm Morrison getting a rest for a few moments or so, but yeah, some of these kind of opportunities that Bracknell may have an opportunity, you know.
Free kick wide on that left-hand side, left-footed out, swinging, be delivered in by Max Herbert. Taken all the Bracknell set pieces. That's enough for some people. They're heading for the exit. As it's whipped in deep towards that far side, comes straight off the head of a United defender. Stevens comes a long way to punch it away, and brilliant control by Kai looked to run away with the ball, was pushed off the ball, and come Bracknell on that left-hand side, looking to deliver it into the area and score! Wonderful cross into the area, thumped home at close range. Bracknell have that lifeline. United look to counter-attack. The ball lost upfield. Bracknell broke down the left-hand side. The cross from the left came in, and the substitute, Harris, thumped it home with 2.5 minutes to go. Used 2. Bracknell 1. Game on again.
Well, from comfortable to... Well, United finding this a little bit awkward at the moment. 2.5 minutes left on the clock. It was a lightning move. Really good cross, actually, from that left-hand side, and it was really well finished by the substitute. Harris got in front of his man and emphatic finish into the roof of the net. And United's hopes for the 4th straight clean sheet have gone out the window, and they need to work hard to make sure that they keep hold of this advantage.
There's Hughes in possession with Drake Gordon, getting it back to Adam May. May looks the ball out wide towards that far side, looking to pick it up and run it. It can't quite do so. There's Bracknell back in possession, not for long. United will work it back again. Hughes 2, Bracknell 1 on BBC Radio Cambridgeshire, with a minute and a bit plus stoppage time to go. Full work forward. Hughes looked to try and win it back. May has done so, but there's no one there for United, and Bracknell have got hope again with charge down this near side from Grant, but he's lost possession. United looking to counter with Gordon, holds it up on halfway. Tees looking to get ball out towards Lancaster and failing so to do. And Bracknell win a throw. This is a little more nervous than United would have liked. Ball into the area. Harris heads it on, cleared emphatically by May for United. Gordon beaten away by Rousseau, shirt pulling by Gordon. Free kick given correctly. And Eacock will look to launch the ball forward from the halfway line for Bracknell. Gordon barely 10 yards. Being told to get back by Osu. Really good finish in the end for Harris. Sharp, close range. There's Eacock with the long ball in towards the area. Deep towards that far side where Bracknell man's arrived. And still it's not clear for United. And the ball bounces around in the box and Stevens finally falls on it. If you look up the definition of unconvincing defending, that's it.
Yeah, the ball loops up off the head of a Bracknell man, and the angle was a little deceiving. He was ready there to be lashed into the back of the net. Jack Stevens just about did the job, but these are unnecessarily nervy few moments.
11 minutes will be added, a minimum thereof. Yes, 11. No idea. There's been several players down. There's been a bit of treatment. There's been umpteen subs, couple of goals. 11 minutes. Good grief. It's used to Bracknell 1. There's been red card, of course, for one of the Bracknell joint managers as Gordon pushes his man over and gets a bit cross. So, we've had 30 seconds of the 11 additional minutes to be played. You thought you were seeing double there for a second, didn't you, Doug?
Well, we always knew there was going to be a bit of time added on, a couple of injuries and a flurry of substitutions, about 11 minutes.
All into the area, danger for United as it was Orsu got it back across, looking to pounce was a spirit, but in the end only found Jack Stevens, who took his time picking it up. Had a minute of the 11, minimum thereof, to be added. Used to Bracknell 1. Stevens launches it away. Gordon will chase, won't get there. Nodded away by the Bracknell defence. Only as far as Jana. Jana's got Lancaster in front of him. Lancaster controls well, tries to get the cross in, can't do so. Stumbles into a challenge, loses the ball. Tried to win it back. Gordon can't do so. Jana can't either. And Bracknell in possession. They'll send it wide towards Owusu, up against Liam Bennett, who measures his challenge to perfection. Wins the ball and shrugs off a couple of challenges. Nudge in the back, free kick for the U's. United have had chances to kill this one off, haven't they, Doug?
Yeah, plenty of chances. You look back to the chance for Sekou Jana 5 or 10 minutes ago, and even in the first half, there was a flurry of chances that United didn't quite make the most of. So the pressure's on a little there.
Hughes in possession down that right-hand side with J.K. Gordon up into the corner. You can't keep it there for 10 minutes. You might try. Up against two, and it's failed. United will win the throw deep in their own, deep in Bracknell territory over on that right-hand side. It's used to Bracknell 1. United had opportunities to kill the game off. Haven't done so. And Bracknell looking to win the ball back. United down that far side. Good professional play from Liam Bennett to draw the challenge, to draw the free kick close to the corner flag. And George Thomas will come across to take. Eventually, there'll be no rush at all about it. We've had nearly 3 of the additional minutes to be added on, 11 in total. The referee was very decidedly and definitely putting the magic spray down, marching the wall back. It's a one-man wall. It's tight to the right touchline, perhaps level with the 6-yard line. 6 yards from the corner flag, I should say. As it's delivered in towards that near post, we're tracking it well. Rossi couldn't quite get there, arrived behind Jana, and the keeper claimed and just about did so. Cleared quickly, emphatically away by Hornstrup. And that should find touch and does. But that was another half chance, Doug.
Yeah, the ball bouncing loose. Well, no more than 3 or 4 yards from goal. Plenty of black and amber shirts in there, and no one could take advantage of it. And it all just feels a bit unnecessary, Jono, doesn't it?
Did you expect anything less? As United winning the ball back, Ryan Bennett gets it back towards Kai, looking to ping it into the feet, and he does do so. Sort of J.K. Gordon looking to turn, can't do so, goes back. Kai had made the run, but that option was eschewed. May down the line towards Jana, and that will be a throw to United, shy of half, just over the halfway line actually. We're into the 5th of the 11 to be added. It's used to Bracknell 1. Bracknell 94 places below the U's in the pyramid. Hornstrup with a throw down the line, looking for J.K. Gordon. The ball flicks off a defender and out for the corner to the U's. George Thomas comes across. Jack Lancaster with a word of advice as well. Bracknell thought about leaving 3 up, and probably will do, which means the U's will have to leave 4 outside the box to mark them, and that's right and proper. Lancaster offers himself for the short corner. Thomas will take, right-footed, delivers it in towards that near post, which powerfully headed away, picked up by May. Finds Lancaster, backed into a bit of a corner, goes back towards Hornstrup, who sweeps the ball all the way back to his keeper. Stevens outside the box will clear it long. Forward is J.K. Gordon. Wins his header. Can't find Lancaster, will chase, but the ball wide on towards that far side. Worked on by George. Owusu gets it back. It's thumped long, looking for a runner down this right-hand side. Where Ethan Burden is up against two, and that's just about enough to see him off. Plenty of willing runners in this Bracknell side. Ball back to May. May scoots it forward. Gordon sees the ball pinged off his ankles, but he's controlled well. Runs into a challenge, loses the ball, then wins it back. Janner was offside, couldn't go for the ball, and Gordon off balance, couldn't keep possession. He's lead by 2-1 to the 6th of the 11 to be added. The ball headed away, kept in by Janner at the end. Hornstrup under a bit of duress has lost possession. Harris with the ball across the face of goal. It didn't quite find the man at the far post, but he'll look to turn. Goes to ground too easily. United will have the goal kick. I think that was Joe Grant over on that left-hand side, looking for a penalty. Never.
Liam Bennett just too strong for him, wasn't he? Turned his man really, really nicely. Went down more in hope than anticipation. I think they're looking for the penalty shout, and United are still struggling at the top end of the pitch, aren't they? Trying to create chances. And well, I don't know about you, John. I don't fancy a trip to Bottom Meadow Ground on Tuesday week, so if United could get a third goal, that would be very nice. Thank you very much.
Yeah, on that 5G pitch or whatever. There's a clearance from Stevens. Gordon wins his header, but there's no one there to latch onto it, and the ball out for a throw. We're into the 7th of the 11 to be added. He's used 2, Bracknell 1. Ball back to the keeper, who's closed down by Gordon. But Bracknell have escaped, and they'll launch it away over the halfway line. Chase for a spirit, nodded away by the United defence once more. Laid off, asked a lot of Liam Bennett, but he got there and turned and sent it skittering down the line. The defenders will be put under pressure by J.K. Gordon, but they've done well. And George will hook it away. Big up and under. Nodded back by the United defence. Worked on. Lancaster can't quite get... Oh, he has smuggled it past the defender, and he goes wide. Gordon hauled down that far side. That'll be a free kick to the U's. And that should be a booking for Ethan Burden, I think. It's not Ethan Burden, it's the other fullback, Gabriel George. Goes into the book in the 98th minute.
This afternoon's A&R Group man of the match is the Cambridge United.
Further yellow cards for this Bracknell side, who are putting up a real fight here, actually. They're nowhere near as timid as they were, perhaps certainly in the first half, and in the opening 15-20 minutes of this second half. And United, quite rightly, taking their time with these set pieces, aren't they, Jono?
Yeah, they'll take an age over it. We're into the 9th of the 11 minimum to be added. Thomas to take, right-footed out, swinging. There's 4 in the box. Now there's 3 as Lancaster barrels out. Ball into the area. Almost found its way to Jan, who's off balance, but it's half cleared. Picked up by Lancaster, who couldn't tweak it past the defender. And Bracknell will look to break, but they can't do so, so it's nodded away initially by Hornstrup. May wins it back in midfield, then loses it to Harris. Owusu lays it off to him, going wide towards the right-hand side. Where charging forward is Grant, in towards the edge of the area, looks for a little 1-2, laid off, curler from Herbert, just wide. Fell invitingly for Herbert, just outside the area. Went for the far post and wasn't far wide of it. That was Bracknell's moment.
The ground almost held its breath for a moment. He worked himself into a really good position. He didn't he, Max Herbert, who's been really impressive for me this afternoon. Bracknell number 6, and just dropped his shoulder, opened up for him, hit it with his left foot, and I was going to say half a yard wide. Might not have even been that, Jono.
It is Cambridge United 2, Bracknell Town 1. Anything but plain sailing. So we approach the end of the 10th of 11 to be added. Lancaster looks to thread it through. Janner won't get their defender off his line very quickly to snuff out the danger. Long ball forward, United deal with it, and they deal with it well. Hornstrup on to Lancaster, brilliant turn from Jack Lancaster on towards KK, looking to go wide to Janner. Flag was up. It was close. It was very close. And I wouldn't like to say he got it right. Free kick taken. Final minute of advertised added time. Lancaster and Janner win the ball back for United. Janner goes down. May with the ball over the top. Gordon will trace, won't get there. Throw to Bracknell, deep in their own half. It's used too. Bracknell one, quickly taken. Back to the keeper. Gordon looks to close him down. It's a clearance that's not great. Lancaster gets something off it. Half one back, scooped away, scooped upfield by Harrison. United looking to try and win it. Janner on this near side may have pushed his man. Referee says otherwise. It's out for a throw for the U's. Deep in the 11th of the 11 advertised minutes. It's used too. Bracknell 1. United will have the throw. They've been given a bit of a scare.
And again, all feels a little bit unnecessary, doesn't it, from United? They're edging closer to the final whistle, but in the end, it's been a classic cup tie, John, I guess, hasn't it?
Yeah, it ain't over yet, as we're into the 11th minute of stoppage time. In fact, we're into the 12th of 11 minutes to be added. Ball forward again. Janner with a nod away for the U's, and the referee says you can up coconuts as the U's tiptoe their way into the second round of the FA Cup. They look to be coasting when goals from Fajiri Ogunaberi in the 28th minute, well taken, and an own goal from KJ Owusu 3 minutes after the restart gave the U's a comfortable 2-0 lead. It was comfortable without being entirely padded, and United couldn't find the third to completely kill off the tie. They had their chances, and Bracknell, always going to be a threat on the counter-attack, kept going, and pulled a goal back in the 88th minute. Ball pinged in from the left-hand side. Harris thumped it into the net from close range to set up a classic cup tie finish. Hughes again had half chances to kill it off in the 11 minutes of stoppage time, where the best chance fell to Bracknell with Herbert just outside the area, curling his shot just wide. A shot that, if it had been half a yard to his right, would have sent us back to a replay Tuesday week. It didn't, so we didn't, and it's ended Cambridge United 2, Bracknell Town 1.
Oh, Mark Johnson, just a relief to get the job done, which I suppose ultimately is what it's all about.
It is. I don't think anyone ever expected it to be entirely comfortable, but United made it a little harder work than was absolutely necessary, I think. They huffed and puffed, they had their chances to settle it. They should have scored a third that would have given Bracknell no chance whatsoever. But as they rotated the side a little bit, Bracknell suddenly got hope, and you knew there'd be a chance at the end. You just knew it. Unfortunately for the U's, it went wide. But it was a good, proper cup tie. United didn't take them too lightly, but Bracknell raised their game.
John, I will let you catch your breath. We'll come back over to the Abbey Stadium in a couple of minutes' time. Cambridge United through to round 2 of the FA Cup for a third successive season, but made to work for it. Fajiri Okunabire opening the scoring and then forcing an own goal. At that point, all cool, calm and collected from a U's perspective, but it got nervy late on. Bracknell getting themselves into the game, throwing everything at the U's, everything they got. Bracknell, of course.